that even mean, Bowers game for me?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. Today, we're excited to check out Fluster from Parker Brothers. This is the cross-up word game for 2 to 4 players. Ages, I'd say about 8+. It's probably going to take about 15 to 25 minutes to play. And in Flustered, everybody's going to get one of these little notebooks right here, which are going to have, essentially, I believe they're called crossword puzzle style things. You are going to have a 5x5 grid of squares, and you are going to be filling in all of those squares. You're going to have two 5x5 grids of squares. You're going to be filling all those grids in with either letters or blanks, trying to create words, because words are going to give you points based on how long the word is. But it's not going to be that easy, because every other player at the table, including yourself, is going to be giving you the letters to fill into your crossword puzzle. What am I talking about? Very interesting concept, but does it work? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Fluster. So first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule sheet. One page, double-sided. It's got some illustrations of how the scoring works right here. Very well done. Should have you up and running in no time at all. Big thumbs up in the rule booklet. Also, I can teach you how to play right now because it's an incredibly simple game. So inside of Fluster, you are going to get 4 of these booklets right here. These booklets look the exact same, but they are going to be different where the numbers are placed. So right down here, 11, 3, 24. Take a look at this one. We got 16, 2, 4. So they are going to each be different. What you're trying to do is you're trying to score the most points by making words from left to right or from top to bottom. If you do that, you're going to get points, and you also can get bonus points if you have at least X number, a certain number of points, 15 or more points in A, B, C, or D. I'll explain how that works in a minute. So what are you going to do on your turn? It's really simple. You're going to take turns, and you're going to say a letter and a number, or you're going to say blank and a number. I'll show you right now. So for instance, I might start off with 14T. And now I have a choice. I can either put a T right here, or I can put a T right here. At the same time, every other player is now looking at theirs, and they're like, all right, where's my 14? Where's my 14? Where the heck is that 14? And you say, oh, I see it now. So I can put a T here, or I can put a T over there. And they'll be like, all right, I'm going to put my T right here. And this person puts their T right there. Everyone has to put a T in one of their 2 14 spots. Then it goes to the next player. So for this example, I would go T here. They might go 10E. And so I'd be looking down here and I'm like, all right, that E does not look like something I want right there. So let's see. Oh, an E right there would be spectacular. So I'll put an E right there. The next person's kind of a jerk, and he might say 10P, which means everyone now has one remaining 10 spot, so they would have to put it in there, so I might put it right there. That's not exactly great, but I might say, you know what, I've got an idea. I think I can spell trip right here. This is where blanks come into play, because you can say any number blank, and when you put a blank, you fill it in like this, and you have to do it. You always have to follow the directions of whoever's turn it is, and they're going to give you one simple direction. But I put that right there, so now I could potentially do 12R and then 5A or something like that, and I could score trap, which would then score me 4 points eventually. Also, if you have a blank in the middle, you can have like is and no, and that will score you 4 points right here. Now let's talk about the bonuses. So if you ever have at least 15 points in either A, which are these 5 right here, B, C, or D, you get a 10-point bonus, which is a big bonus that you can get. Anywho, you're going to continue to do this until every single square has been full. Everyone's going to finish at the exact same time because you have the exact same number of squares, at which point you'll tally up all your words. Then you'll see if you got bonuses for A, B, C, or D. Total them up, and whoever has the most points will be the winner of Fluster. That, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alright then, Fluster from Parker Brothers. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. First and foremost, 2 to 4 players, a little bit of a restricted player count. That being said, if you could somehow scrounge up more copies of this, I mean, you could play with more players. I don't know if you'd really want to because you would lose a lot of control, but still, you could. And that's another thing. The difference between 2 players and 4 players is pretty big because in 2 players, you have a lot of control over the words you make. And at 4 players, not nearly as much because you have 2 additional people picking letters and picking blanks and picking Z's and Q's and just ticking you off. Another con, this is your typical word game, which means, unfortunately, if you are really good at your vocabulary and you have a large vocabulary and you know how to spell a lot of things, you're probably going to beat the person who does not 90% of the time, which is a bummer. But if you have everybody on an even playing field, you know, we'll talk more about that in pros. Another comment I have with this game is that once you run out of the pads, you're done. So if you play, I don't know, maybe 100 games of this, 60, 100 games of this, you're done. You can't play it anymore. It's over. And I doubt they have replacement pads at this point. Maybe I'll hit up Parker Brothers one day if I ever run out of pads. But yeah, that is kind of annoying that you could run out of these. Any other cons I have with the game? No, I mean, it is repetitive because you're just picking, it's a very simple, very repetitive game. It's not going to be for everybody because it is just pick a letter, pick a number, 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 and that's it. But moving on to the pros, I was very pleasantly surprised with Fluster. I really enjoyed this word game, and I will be keeping this word game. The kids in my class really enjoyed this, despite the fact I crushed all of them. The adults that I played this with really liked it as well a lot. It's just a really neat concept, and I believe this game needs to be reprinted. I really think that this game needs a reprint because it is a super fun, quick word game, and it's pretty much, it's very solitaire-ish in the aspect that you're just filling out your thing, and then other people are saying letters, and you're just filling that in from time to time to time. There's not much player interaction. I mean, you can be a jerk and play a Z or a Q or a lot of blanks or something like that, but there's not much player interaction in the game, which will be a turn off for some people. But I really like this game. I think it's a great gateway game. I think it's a great family game if you're working on spelling. If you have a group that likes word games, absolutely, 110%. If you play with a lot of people who like, Letter Tycoon or Scrabble, if you're into lighter games, I think you are really going to dig Fluster. This is one that I am going to be keeping on my shelf as a lightweight filler game, but also I'll take it into my classroom to play with kids to work on, language development and spelling and that sort of thing. Really dug this game. Very pleasantly surprised. I think this is a great game. No bones about it. No exceptions. I absolutely recommend you check out Fluster if you can find it at a thrift shop, because I'm pretty sure it is out of print. So that is Fluster, a Parker word game from Parker Brothers. Very cool game from 1973 that deserves a reprint. If you enjoyed this review, please sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know. Word games. Yeah. In the comments below, let me know. Recliny chairs or just regular chairs when you're gaming? For me personally, all day. I want to recline. I want to lay back and relax. I want to slide my body and my torso under the table and just get back. Well, let me know in the comments below. Reclining chairs or regular chairs. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.